Rod and I decided to tick off a biggie from our South African travel list, the Richtersveld National Park. I had read a huge amount about the Richtersveld Desert Botanical Garden, and adding the Namakwa 4x4 Eco Trail just made sense. Our route was via Aggrabys, and frankly we were lucky to get a spot in the campsite. This was the 16th of April 2025, and the park was heaving with local and international visitors there to view the falls in full flood. Large sections of the walkway had been closed due to the damage that the debris, pushed down by the floods, had done to various parts of the walkway. It was wild. Within minutes we were drenched, giggling like kids. The roar of the falls swallowed every other sound, and the spray hung in the air like silver mist. The sight and sound of that much water was invigorating. After a last fill-up at Pofadder, we ambled through the little town of Pella with its beautiful cathedral and stately date palms. We had decided to camp at the Pella Orange River Resort. Alrighty then. It's close to the start of the trail and the Luz flushed, and the view of the orange was good. There is a full list of places to stay on the Namakwa 4x4 Eco Trail website. I've linked to this below. Early the next morning, we set off for what would be a fairly easy drive, with enough rocky technical bits to keep Rod engaged and entertained. I was on official duty as chief gate opener. Wow, our first overnight at Hartbeespoort set the tone. The Namakwa 4x4 Eco Trail campsites are in beautiful settings, although the floods had wiped away the sites closer to the water. Early morning, we're at the Orange River. We started the Namakwa 4x4 trail yesterday morning after spending the night at the Pella Orange River Resort. I'm not sure about the resort, but the Luz flushed. Yeah, that's about all I can say. Rod and I booked this trip months and months ago, before anyone knew that they would have so much water pumping down the Orange. It's so peaceful. There's clearly no one else here. We are at a camp called Hartbeesmond, and as you see, the campsite consists of a fire pit, which is grand. We're completely self-sufficient, so we managed to have a nice shower and a nice dinner. We've got a couple of more days of this. It's just so beautiful. Rod's making coffee. Yesterday, as we arrived, a squadron of pelicans floated down and landed on the Namibian side of the river. So this will be us for the next couple of days. On our departure, we noticed some swallows' nests in the banks and admired how gracefully they were darting about overhead. We soon passed a spot where we'd taken a wrong turn the previous day. The sign had fallen, so Rod put it back up and we built a little stone arrow for future travellers. We reported it to the trail organisers and Tracks for Africa. One less surprise for somebody else. These kind of washouts were fairly frequent. We checked in at Workbank and then moved on to Groot Melkbosboom. We were a little hesitant to park so close to the water, but we were in fact a couple of meters higher than the actual water, and it was really an exceptional spot. We put a rock close to the river's edge to allow us to monitor any movement of the Orange River, which in fact dropped a little overnight. What an absolute privilege it was, hanging out next to the river, taking in the sights, listening to the birds, and having a nice hot shower. The following day, en route to Ramandsdrift, we did some fairly technical driving, which is only one of the reasons the Namakwa 4x4 trail is so very special. The views are just thrilling, all these ancient mountains and the sweet thorn acacia and the sun shimmering on the river. This part of Africa was just showing off. Even in mid-April, it was frack hot. Rod deployed the extra awning bits to give the chef some shade. The most likely tree to shelter under was a hookthorn tree. My shoes still bear the scars. If you are enjoying this video, drop us a thumbs up and you are welcome to subscribe. We are trying to grow our channel. The Namakwa 4x4 trail keeps you on your toes. Just past the little village of Goodhouse, the road ended. Where there used to be a track, there was now a lot of water. Washouts were everywhere. We had to backtrack and take an alternative route to Gamkab, our final camp on part 1 of the trail. I had experienced the Gamkab Rapids on a Felix unit trip 30 years ago, and I was interested to experience it from the land, as it were. The drive through the river gorge to the campsite was something else. The floods had stripped away the sand and left bare rock and lots of ruts and dongas. It took over an hour, but the scenery was worth every bump, scrape, and new bruise on our tires. We noticed many interesting plants. The drive through the gorge was really technical, and we noticed multiple tracks where people had gotten stuck. The campsite was really lovely and serene, and we spent some time watching the paddlers glide past. This group had a little dog with them. It's early morning. This is the Hamkap camp. Looks like the orange is receding. We're just setting up for breakfast. Rod's got the coffee and tea out. Rod rebuilt the briar pit here too. It's a pity they don't clear more of the trees, but as you see, the orange is wide and still flowing really fast. We've seen some interesting reptiles. We saw what looks like to be a baby water lizard monitor yesterday afternoon. And that was quite a sight to see. And there's lots of the little Orange River white eyes hopping around. So the essentials are happening. The tea's on and the coffee's on. On our exit the following morning, Rod cleaned up the Hamkap sign. We both do our bit to leave any place we visit better cared for than when we arrived. My personal pet vexations are bits of cable tie and cigarette butts. We spent some time filming the gorge with a drone. It's quite special to see our mighty cruiser look like a toy nestled in these ancient rocks. Our exit plan was to head for Springbok for a couple of white sheet nights, get some laundry done, restock and generally prepare for part 2 of the trail. Then we would join up with the second part of the Namakwa 4x4 trail. Look out for part 2 of our adventure.